Hey, servant fans. This is probably the oddest episode ever. It is season 4, episode 5, Neighbors. What do you think made it so odd?
I thought it was fun, but
I agree. It was fun. It is a fun episode.
but I think we should name it. And what was odd about it was all the cult references. And
Oh yeah.
basically, don't drink the Kool-Aid. In
Oh.
this case, the green Kool-Aid, the
Right.
limeade.
Right. Is that what you name it? Don't drink the Kool-Aid?
Don't drink the Kool-Aid. Or, gosh, I'm torn between that and We Are Family. With Leanne. She says,
Yeah.
we are family.
Yeah, whether you like it or not.
I got all my Turners with me.
Yeah.
I don't know what they were thinking though. Anyway, having a party every single time the Turners have had a party, it's been a disaster.
It's gone bad.
Every single time. Either there's dogs running through the house, attacking
Bees.
the bees. There's Amber alerts and Leanne rushing, threatening people with knives. Isabel gets shot. People unknowingly are participating in cannibalism.
I'll tell you what.
It's
No one in this episode was likable. I'll tell you that.
You know who was likable was the neighbor who was flirting with Sean. I did like her.
You like the old lady?
Yes, I thought she was hilarious. The swingers.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, they're creepy, but
They are. Well, I didn't like the husband.
well,
But
she's creepy too.
She
Come on.
is. She
Come
is.
It's just funny when it's an old lady doing it, right?
I guess. Yeah. Yeah.
In the beginning, we see a close-up of Sean with his hands like this, kind of in prayer mode, but it kind of makes it look nasty. Like
It's an extreme close-up.
extreme close-up, you see flesh pressed against flesh. You don't know what it is. Like,
Yeah. We're not Dorothy fans, but she was funny in this episode. She
I know
told
she
Sean.
started out with, "You're breathing on me." Like, oh, God, she's so awful. And he just took it.
You know Sean loves Dorothy.
Why?
I don't know.
I don't know why he does. Like, anyway.
He'd be nothing without Dorothy. That's what he said in the last episode.
Well, he's wrong.
But
I think he'd be everything without Dorothy. He'd probably be super successful. But
And the next scene we see is Dorothy. Dorothy sees in her wheelchair, because she's in a wheelchair now.
yeah, she went down the stairs.
She went down the stairs. Oh, I was hoping that I just wanted to see Leanne like make that wheelchair just go real fast up and down and make Dorothy like swing all around. But oh well.
Didn't that happen in like Gremlins or something?
Yes.
Right?
She needs to gremlin Dorothy's butt
Yes.
in that wheelchair.
Yes.
But Dorothy sees a letter being pushed underneath the front door.
Mm-hmm.
And it's from the Church of the Lesser Saints, and they want their little flower back. Leanne.
What have they done to my little flower?
What's Sean thinking here? I'm just, last 2 episodes is kind of bothering me, but this one in particular, like he's all Team Dorothy, but what's he thinking? Like Sean knows about Jericho and that Leanne's bringing Jericho back. If he gets rid of Jericho, he gets rid of Leanne, no Jericho. Why, he's acting like he just forgot? Is that poor writing on their part, or is it, like, what's going on?
I really think Sean's just thinking he can have both.
Does he think he has both, or he just doesn't care about Jericho anymore?
Maybe. I think he definitely cares. I really, I think Sean knows that Jericho has passed, and he's just not worth losing. He doesn't want to. It's not worth losing Dorothy.
Jericho is,
but he's
better
acting
than
like
Leanne
Jericho's
any
going
day.
to stay though.
He is.
When
It's
him
weird.
and Julian both know that.
Yeah, no Leanne, no Jericho. I don't know, but Dorothy's
I'm not
talking
sure.
to Juju in here about how him and Leanne's relationship is not healthy. Like, what does Dorothy know about being healthy or healthy relationships? She's never had one with anybody, right?
No, not at all.
I was so angry at Dorothy in this.
Leanne was being a brat this episode too, though.
She was.
But no, Dorothy says, "Why did you choose her as a girlfriend?"
Yeah, why did you choose the worst person ever? I think you are the worst person ever, Dorothy.
Why did Sean choose you is what we want to know.
Right.
Leanne, and he says, well, Leanne chose me.
Yeah, he did. He did say that.
Leanne chose all of them, actually.
She did.
Mainly Dorothy.
For whatever reason.
So, but I love Dorothy's micro expressions. And,
What do you mean?
Her facial expressions, like when she, just all the facial expressions she makes all the time, they're hilarious. In this scene, she like rolls her eyes at Julian.
Oh, okay.
But just in general, the woman has great facial expressions. I hate Dorothy, but Lauren Ambrose, you are killing this role in Dorothy.
I mean, come on. She is.
She is. She is servant.
I can't stand Dorothy, but
she
Lauren,
is servant.
Good job.
Yeah.
If you make me not like you, good job.
We're all Team Sean, but
normally though I don't understand all the Sean hate. Right? We are Team Sean, and what's going on? Why do people like try to find fault with Sean? But I don't know. What's the opposite of misogyny?
misandry.
Sean's
prejudice against men.
Sean's being too much to the other side, though. He's gone on the other side. He's annoying me now. It's like, what are you doing?
I love how Sean always sticks up for Dorothy, though.
Why? Dorothy's wrong.
Because Sean's a good man. People don't.
He's a good husband.
He's a good husband. He's very supportive. This is a very supportive family, actually.
Well, to one side.
Yeah. What do you mean?
I don't think Dorothy's very supportive.
Oh,
anybody.
well, yeah, well, no. Excluding Dorothy. We know you didn't mean Dorothy. But anyway, Sean goes around the neighborhood. Well, they come up with this plan. They concoct this plan.
A party, right? A cocktail party.
A cocktail party to hopefully
to give the Church of the Lesser Saints a chance of snatching Leanne.
Exactly.
Right?
Yes.
Okay.
So Sean goes around the neighborhood. He invites, all the neighbors over to his house. Thus, show being called Neighbors. We see,
like the new, all the new neighbors. Of course, we see them, and we see some hints there, like the young couple, the young man and woman. They have bland food. Right? There's like Campbell's soup.
Yeah, I wonder if it's tomato soup.
It might be. But there's Cheerios, which are bland.
That's bland.
There's other things there's a bunch of the same item in there. And she's like talking about how she's not allowed to go to Costco and blah, blah, blah. But, that seems right along the lines with Church of Lesser Saints stuff with their bland food.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Definitely. And they're very odd acting.
Yeah.
So next, we see Leanne held a meeting with the homeless people at night.
Letting them know, right? I think this is very dangerous, right? Because she is showing them how to manifest reality like she's been with her drawings.
In her notebook.
Are they able to do it too? We don't know. Is Leanne special or are they all the same?
Yeah, I thought Leanne just was special, but
maybe they're all the same because they're resurrected or whatever. If that's so, she's showing them some dangerous stuff.
What's that one movie? If you
Field of Dreams.
Yeah, it's Field of Dreams.
If you build it, they'll come.
Yeah, so if you draw it, it will happen. It will come.
That's funny.
Oh, what'd you think about Leanne with the knife? The hand.
I don't know. It was really weird. Like she stabs herself with this knife, saying such a useful tool is dangerous in someone else's hands, in the wrong hands. And he just says yes and takes it away from her. Is that symbolic of her being in the wrong hands to wield this power or whatever?
Or is it trying to remind him of, I can jack your hand up again, Sean? You remember that big blister on your hand?
Yeah, that's funny.
Don't forget. So.
Well, later in the episode, Sean builds a cake that is like a miniature of the house, kind of like Sonia built with the
dollhouse.
The
It's like
dollhouse.
it's a cake.
But it's a cake. You could eat it. And it looks like almost exactly the same.
Yeah.
Which was cool. But I think there's a big foreshadowing there. Because you notice whoever that was scooping out big chunks of the street.
Mm-hmm. That was Sean.
What happens later in the episode?
Yeah, it was definitely foreshadowing.
Yeah. In the same episode, like big foreshadowing there.
And you had noticed that you thought it was dumb that Leanne has her people going across the street to like spy at the other houses.
Oh, she broke into the houses when people were at the party.
Well, Leanne didn't, but she had her people.
She had her people do it.
Right.
And they're looking around. They got the flashlights all flashing around like Watergate scandal. Like obviously people could see the flashlights. Like it was real obvious. Like why were they doing that?
In this scene, or while they're at the house, and we're pretty sure it's a house right across the street. But it could be a different house because they say, let's go to the next house. But anyway, we think it's a house right across the street.
Yeah.
Snake sees, or that character called Snake.
Right, she got a snake on her face.
She sees a painting or a cross stitch or something, or a picture. I'm not sure what that was.
It looked like cross stitch.
So, and it looked to me like, because it had two girls on it. One had red hair, one had brown, maybe Leanne and Dorothy.
Yeah.
And looked like in the middle was a dagger, and then that looked like a cross. And then there was blood dripping from
that dagger, but also from their eyes. Like their eyes were gouged out. And there was bees and beetles. But remember the eyes gouged out were a thing that Roscoe said when he was in hypnosis about, they got their eyes taken out.
Eyes. 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 He takes out the eyes and he throws them away.
Like, what was that all about?
Yeah.
Weird. And then, also we see them. This was kind of a goofy episode. There's a little goofy writing here, I thought, which they're asking them all these questions, right? What was your favorite Kool-Aid? Like, obviously a reference to the Jonestown Massacre, right? Then Dorothy sets up Leanne to go outside with the creepy old guy.
Yeah.
And then we find out that this guy, which we thought in last episode might be a Church of Lesser Saints guy, finds out he's just a creepy swinger. And he's after this young girl, and he's just a gross old guy, and he's talking about how she looks so French New Wave, and which is a photography style. And he's a photographer, and he wants to take pictures of her. Oh, and by the way, me and my wife were an open relationship. Like, ew, oh, gosh. we also come across another Salika song, right?
Yeah, it sounded like her in the background.
I think so. They didn't like full on feature it in the scene like they did last.
Yeah,
but it sounded sounded like her.
Ultimately, the plan isn't going. Well, the plan is not going to plan for Sean and Dorothy.
Right,
so they decide they're going to turn the lights out.
Right. If you guys didn't notice that, they made that happen. They decided to power down. Right. Sean and Dorothy, you guys are just scumbags at this point. What you're doing. God, come on.
Dorothy's character has got to be redeemed, right? On the last episode, Uncle George had mentioned that he thinks the Turners are going to help. So I'm thinking the Turners are planning on, they really don't want to help with the consecration. So they're hoping they just take Leanne now. But I'm thinking at the very end, to redeem Dorothy's character, that Dorothy's going to remember what happened, that, she was the one that...
The killer of Jericho,
yes,
I'll just say it.
And that she's going to save Dorothy.
You mean Leanne?
She's going to save Leanne.
Dorothy's going to save Leanne.
Dorothy's going to save Leanne.
Okay, I can see that.
I
hope.
Dorothy's gonna save Leanne.
That's about the only thing I think I can redeem Dorothy at this point. I don't think she's ever been a good person.
She's like, "Are we monsters?" You are.
You are.
You're kind of a monster.
You are, Dorothy. Yes, you've always been.
I think the chandelier falling at the end was clearly a warning for Sean. If not, because she could have let it just fall on him.
Right, and it fell right like a foot before his face.
Yes. And that happened. That was during the scene when they were attacking Leanne because the lights went out.
Mm-hmm. All of a sudden, some mystery people threw a bag over Leanne's head.
Right.
And started trying to drag her out. Mm-hmm. She seemed to fight off.
Yeah, they even tased her.
They did tase her.
And then Leanne got mad, got upset. Things started shaking. And
earthquakes in Philly?
Yeah.
I don't think Philadelphia is an earthquake area.
Yeah, I know some people think there's nothing supernatural, but there's got to be something supernatural with all this stuff happening. Because Philadelphia doesn't have earthquakes. Do you? Do they? No. I don't think so.
See, I grew up in Cali and it was a everyday thing. Yeah, we didn't even care. We thought it was fun. But, unless something was falling on her head, we thought it was fun. But there, I don't think it's a big deal.
Yeah, but Sean better watch out because I think that was definitely Leanne stopping that chandelier from falling on him all the way. It
Absolutely.
Just almost hit him.
And it was her causing the earthquake. And, look at the street later. The street had a big hole in it. Like the street fell in.
Just like the cake.
Mm-hmm. And where did the Church of the Lesser Saints attackers go? Because they seemed to run off that way. Did they fall in? Did they fall in?
Or did they just leave? Will we see them later? I don't know. They didn't show them falling in either.
I don't know, but it kind of makes sense because they seemed to run off and then all of a sudden there's a hole in the street. And again, we get a reference to Bucks County.
The last time we saw Bucks County or heard Bucks County was in the season 3 with the tiger episode.
With the spring on spruce type.
Yeah, they had
barbecue place, right?
Yeah.
What's the significance of that? Now there's Bucks County.
Maybe they're just trying to throw us off. There's that green window again in this episode too that everybody's tripping about.
Yeah.
So I'm just thinking that
green window.
Yeah. I'm just thinking that's the set. So they actually filmed this episode like not on the actual street
but
in the real life street, but the set.
Nah, okay.
I don't know. I don't think that green window means anything. But
who knows? But how many Uncle Georges did you guys give it? I'm going to give it. I've been rough, but I'm going to give it 3 Uncle Georges.
You have been rough
because it was fun. It was a pretty fun episode.
I really enjoyed it.
What are you going to give it?
I'm going to give it 4 Uncle Georges.
4?
Yes.
Okay.
I liked it.
So we're at what? We're 3.5.
Oh gosh, math again. Yeah, 3.5. 3.5 Uncle Georges. So.
And next week's episode is episode 6. It's called Zoo. Hopefully, we're gonna have more juju in that one. So how many Uncle Georges you guys are gonna give it? Please make sure to let us know in your comments. We love your comments, but make sure to put in how many Uncle Georges in there too. And we appreciate you guys viewing and commenting and sharing and all that good stuff. And
I don't think anybody's ever shared, but
they share. Come on, they share, of course. All right. Well, we'll see you next week, and bye.
Bye.